Hello, I'm Matthew, and this is my Unbreakable story. Um, Growing up, I had a great life. I had a great family, I had a great support system. I felt like I had a lot of friends. I had a picture perfect childhood. I was able to do whatever I wanted. We went on plenty of family vacations. And that trend really carried all the way throughout high school. Obviously, I had stress in high school. I had some hardships, but I felt like I had a pretty great life. I graduated high school, went to a community college for a couple years, and I had always really liked to write. I liked to cover sports, and so I decided that when I went to my next college, my 4 year college, I was going to study journalism. So this was the fall of 2017. I got onto campus, and I liked it. I took a couple classes for journalism, but then I had spent 5 years previously lifeguarding, and I had really enjoyed, being able to interact with kids and being able to, form connections and teach them as little as that I could do from lifeguarding. And so, to be honest with you, I really don't know why I changed my mind, but I think the 5 years of lifeguarding and I took up a job at a summer camp, and I really, really was in tune with my ability to connect with kids and how much joy that brought into my own life. And so in the fall of 2018, I started a new career path as a future teacher, elementary education. And everything just seemed to be going in place. But summer of 2018, I had a failed relationship, and it really tore me down. I felt like I was at my lowest point. It was a relationship that kind of ended without any closure. I didn't. It was the first time in my life that I felt like I was out of control. I was helpless. I felt very lost. This was also the first time in my life that I had started to experience anxiety on another level. I couldn't sleep. I'd be up all night. My heart would just be beating out of my chest. And then when I would wake up throughout my day, it took everything I had just to get through the day. I tried to write in a journal. I tried to record, audio messages on my phone just to vent. Anything I could do just to get throughout the day. And that summer, 2018 summer, was one of the hardest parts of my life. I really had no idea what to do. I didn't know how to make myself better. So I came back onto campus in 2018, and I went to the school counselor. And I had a couple appointments. It was the first time that I was talking about my situation without talking to my family. I had talked to my family, and I had some friends that were really helping me out throughout this process. But I needed someone to talk to that wasn't in my corner throughout my whole life. So I went to counseling. It was a weird process. I felt weak, but I felt okay. I've always been okay with talking about my feelings. So got into counseling, got rolling into that, and then took a break from counseling. It was winter break for school, and we were gonna go into the spring semester. Came back, I felt like I didn't need counseling, but then everything started to come back. Old feelings would resurface. I started to overthink my past. All that anxiety, especially when I was trying to sleep, all came back into my head. So I really thought if this was just going to be a never-ending game. And so I decided that, I'm going to do this counseling. I'm going to go to counseling. I'm going to better myself. So I should say that December of 2018 as well, I started this podcast called Be Kind, Be Positive, Be Yourself. And this was started in the bathroom of my apartment. I got up one night, and I found this app on my phone where I could easily record it. And I said, you know what, I got to do something. So I tried this podcast. I had no idea what it was going to be. I had nothing in mind. I just needed to talk. I was really scared to put out my first episode. I'm not even going to lie to you. Put it out, and as it started going, I said I'm going to be transparent this whole time. And I looked more at my podcast as a journey. And I really think that now I can sit here in July of 2019, and I know that that podcast changed my life forever. I've had connections with people that listen to it. I've had inspirations in my life that have really changed the progress and the path of my own life. This podcast has given me anything or everything when I needed it in a dark time. So it's made me look at my life a lot differently. It's made me realize that there are people out there for you. There's always a support system. And like the shirt reads, like the campaign goes, you are unbreakable. So if you're listening to this, whether you need some inspiration or whether you just need to see someone else that's like you are unbreakable. You can be unbreakable in the mind. You can be unbreakable in the body and your spirit. So the podcast, it's been a journey. So we're 8 months in now. Started making an Instagram page for it. I'm really just trying to build a community of people that want to live the kind, positive, and a lifestyle that you can be yourself. And there's always people out there, that, we need you. I can't say that enough. I've taken my hard times of failed relationships and kind of admitting that I'm weak sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just want you to know that we do need you here. You're here for a reason, whether that's, you still have to find your reason, that's okay. Just know that we're all here for you, and if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. And like the shirt reads, like I said, you are unbreakable.